All right. Welcome in or back or whatever you might be. We got disconnected, so we will continue. Let me fix Foundry on this stream. All right. Yes, I guess you can be first again.
It's brilliant.
That was pretty quick thinking. All right. So where we last left off, you all were taking a nap at Alexander's. You would wake up feeling quite refreshed, but still quite smelly the next morning. Even though he tried his best to maybe cover the scent with some cinnamon, we said. But in the morning when you get up, I would imagine you're getting up pretty early. As you're getting up and going about, is there anything that you would do or like get up, say hey to you, Alexander, and then get going for the day?
Thanks for letting us sleep here.
Don't eat the bread.
Or the grain or anything? Just
Don't
don't
eat
eat
the
food.
grain. I want to take like a couple minutes. It would probably take. I'm assuming
Okay.
to have everyone stand, probably outside, and I can prestidigitate everyone clean
Oh, okay.
so they're not covered in poop.
Holy shit, I think I love you.
You wouldn't have done that before going to sleep? Damn.
I forgot I could do that.
I guess I could have rained us all off, but
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm just like gone.
Yeah. Guys,
No more
smell
poopy
much better.
clothes.
All right. And then you all begin to head, and you probably would have double checked to make sure you were aware of directions with Alexander before going. He helps to kind of take the guide that has been given to you by Sondar, like his little hand drawn map, and he like will, kind of step out and point to where you need to go, which streets, and give you a much more clear direction for that. And after a few minutes of travel, you find yourself in standing outside what looks to be a very ramshackled infirmary. You can hear a lot of patients inside. It sounds as though some are feeling kind of ill, some are coughing. It's almost as if what you now know as poison kind of affects not only just digestive health, but also respiratory in a way as well. So it's almost flu-like in what's happening. And as you approach, it's not like a closed off door situation because there is so much coming in and out, and they also want like open air and stuff. So they have the doors opened up, and after a few moments of like you guys kind of approaching, you do see a familiar face of Sondar Lackman, who locks eyes on you. He finishes what he's doing, and he approaches and he says, were you able to discover anything? And you are currently like in the infirmary, so there are lots of people around.
Does it seem like there's people with Blackwood insignias around?
So you don't see like this is tough because you didn't actually find the thing I for that.
Uh-oh.
father.
Ruh-roh.
So the Blackwood family, like currently they are helping, like from what they all know, what like the village know, the district knows, like they're helping, right? They're providing food, they are providing money and stuff. So like the group that you're interacting with, and even Sondar himself, none of them are anti Blackwood. None of them are wearing the insignia or anything like that, but like there is signs of Blackwood, right? Like that's going to be plastered on any bags of, like, if they have bread, grain, things like that. It might be like there might be other things that have that on it, but there's not any of the Blackwood enforcers, which might be more of what you were looking for.
Thank
Mm-hmm.
Right. I back up and push the squire forward.
We might want to talk about this outside.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. You are absolutely correct. I don't. He lets out a very long yawn. He goes, I'm exhausted. Wasn't thinking, but thank you for that catch." And with that, he kind of becomes a little bit more hushed, and he steps out with you all.
So we have good news and bad news.
What do you want first?
Um, I guess just hit me with the bad news.
Everyone
Uh,
always wants the bad news first.
Because the good news seems better when you get the good news. That's why.
Yeah, I don't know.
So the Blackwoods or someone potentially close to them there's a non-zero chance that they're the ones behind this.
And I suppose you have proof of this.
Well, we kind of killed our only proof now that I think about it, because he asked for it. Like, no, not like, and not like he asked for it in that, like,
He should have
Oh my
seen what he was
god.
wearing.
no, like he actually asked us to kill him.
Are you actually like word vomiting this to him?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Murder is now part of what is happening, and not just people being ill.
Assisted suicide is the preferred term. Thank you very much, sir. But
Yes. Also, murder has always been something on the table when it comes to mass poisoning.
Mm-hmm. I go for
And
high
I'll
five
pull
with
out the
Jordan.
bag.
And you've brought us more grain. I'm sure there's somebody who would be able to turn this into something.
don't eat that.
No, I would not eat this.
I don't believe your spokesperson is communicating very clearly. I'm not sure. It must be the overall tiredness that I'm feeling, but I'm not sure that I follow what's going on.
Like, there's good grain and there's bad grain, and it's getting mixed together, so everything's bad grain.
Oh,
In this
we know
world,
that-
there's only
that's
two
why
types
good
of
and
grain.
bad can't mix. The bad always wins.
Yeah, but where all your food's coming from is all bad grain now. You got it?
It's
And that's
all
where
been
we got this bag.
Yeah. This is proof of bad grain.
it's all been infected with copper plague.
Justly named because Copper District. Copper.
It's it's
Yeah.
it's what I'm suspecting started it. This is all of the this is a filler that they've been mixing in with the grain.
Oh my dear. We Well, I was aware of the filler, but I mean, we've been doing that for, gosh, any time that our supplies become low in the copper district. We aren't the wealthiest of districts, so gosh, I would say decades, if not more, have we sometimes had to resort to using filler to help feed our people. And now you're telling me that this filler is actually what is harming everyone?
I mean, if you
Yes.
want to try it out for yourself over a series of months, you're more than welcome to.
You can go through the scientific method, but Don't expect us to wait around. We got a boat to catch. And
I wish
buy.
I wish I could ritual cast detect poison on him so that
Mhm.
he...
Okay. Well, what else were you able to find, and who did you murder?
Unnamed.
Yeah, they didn't have a name. Parents didn't love them.
orc.
Also, fun fact: the scientific method would not have existed. It was pretty much made in 1620, according to my quick googling.
Hey. Good shout. Good shout. Love that.
What science?
Religion was probably what that was back then. Those were
I mean,
probably
Ask
very.
Galileo, okay?
Bill
Anyway,
Nye
as
the
I
guy.
Eh, that
Uh,
works.
I think I learned my best science from Bill Nye, and
Agreed.
it still applies. But
Agreed.
I'm sorry, I keep derailing us, and then I had tech issues. Yeah. So, what else? He asked you guys who you killed, and anything else that you need to share.
Yes. You should clean the sewers.
Do you know the kind of creatures that lurk in the sewers?
We certainly do. It's
That's
a
what you-
mess down there.
I don't think
And
that's
I-
our biggest priority right now. We
But it
don't
could
want a
be your
sewer
solution.
war.
Hear me out. Listen, you've got all of this contaminated grain, okay? It needs to go somewhere. It's got to get out of that mill. That's all I'm saying. Give it to the creatures in the sewers. They'll love it.
And they'll probably die.
Hear
Or
me
at least
out.
hit themselves.
What if it doesn't affect those creatures the same way it affects those of us here on not in the sewer?
So
What if they
it
mutate?
doesn't- hold on. If it doesn't, though, now you have a strong ally that you can use at a moment's notice because you fed them and they will be loyal to you. It's a win-win. There's no way it could go wrong.
I'm sold.
See?
Okay, so I want you to roll a persuasion check.
Amazing.
But just as a general disclaimer, it's more does he see your logic versus does he do it? Which,
Right.
like, for you
Yeah,
would
yeah.
probably be enough.
I'm just
yeah.
trying to convince. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to get him to actually do it.
Yeah, like, we'll see
Persuasion.
if
Not
he's
great.
figuring that out. Yeah. 7. He doesn't, like, flat out, like, be like, no, like, not interested. He kind of gives you that respect thing. Like, he is more focused on, and I think this would be very apparent to probably everyone but Jordan in this case. He is very focused on, like, moving the conversation along, but he doesn't want to have to, like, create a sidetrack or anything like that. So, like, he
Like when a parent to a little kid is
Yeah.
like, yeah, shut up. Okay, cool, thank you.
yeah, like, he just kind of nods along and is like, oh yeah, that
No,
makes
but it would be great.
makes a lot of
and
sense.
then it would solve all of your problems. So
Yeah, that would probably make things a lot easier. You are
Great.
absolutely
Perfect.
right.
thank you. Thank you. See?
Totally.
And so yes, we will clean out the sewers by causing a sewer plague to happen, and yep, that makes perfect sense. Again, who did you murder?
Unnamed.
Nameless.
And really, it wasn't murder because they attacked us first. So the ones that didn't ask to be killed was defense.
Yeah,
The last
strictly
guy,
murder in self-defense.
yeah, the last guy was like, "Hey, after I tell you this, kill me." So that's not murder.
Yeah, that's just called payment.
Yeah, it is a little bit confusing as to why he wanted to die as opposed to Because he said that he said that he told someone that he wouldn't tell who he worked for. I don't know.
Then he didn't know who he worked for,
Yeah, that was
but at the same time
he
he did.
he probably worked for a unnamed Charlie person who really forgot how to DM for a moment.
He worked for a conglomerate.
There's a lot going on. He was probably like feeling the moment and seized up and thought he was telling you what he should be telling you, and then realized he was completely off track. Just kill me, basically, was what happened. Let's put everyone out of the misery.
Was it nameless speaking or Charlie?
Oh no, I'm pretty
Through the
content.
character.
I
No,
don't-
no, I mean just like,
Yeah,
like
no, I
please
know.
kill this conversation.
Probably that. It was definitely
Yeah.
that.
Let this die. Let this die.
Yeah, again,
I'm not your
one
pet.
one shot. This is a one shot that we
Yeah,
will
yeah,
be
yeah.
playing for the next 4 weeks after this session even.
I'm so sorry, Charlie. I didn't mean to insinuate.
No, I just wanted to make
Okay.
sure I clarified. I
Of
didn't
course.
think you were insinuating that at all. I just wanted to
Right.
clear the air.
10-4, 10-4.
Though, speaking of, it is Suicide Awareness Month, so it's good to have good talks about things like that. Welcome to September. All right. So Sandar Lackman, he would, as you guys explain, he goes, so, they can be found at the mill. I will see if I can get some people to take care of that. And this here is the contamination, the source of it, but you're not sure where it came from. What information did he provide to you all, if any? I can understand it. Seems he was a confused fella.
That it was a standing order for quite a while, so he didn't know
Yeah.
exactly where the orders were coming from.
Yes, that is true. The council had decided we needed to add some bulking agent into the grain to help sustain the shortage that we were facing. But that was ordered a while ago. We haven't been having very much luck with trading and being able to get everything that we need. We've been struggling as a district for a while now, and then to only make matters worse, than the sickness came.
I don't know much in the way of economy and financial workings of cities, but how is it that the Copper District becomes one that's so poor?
Oh, I gotta make sure I answer this well, because I'm
Okay.
sure this could derail our whole campaign with basic wanting to talk about. It's basically like school districts, right? Like some get a lot, like some schools get lots of money and others don't. Like my wife works in a very large district. That's what the copper, like being part of Waterdeep. Some areas are allotted more finances and things. They have more areas to trade. So thinking about like the docking um, district, ones that have more popular establishments, they have been able to get
Or wealthier families that
Yeah.
live within them?
yes, also that as well. They've been able to kind of establish themselves more, and we have always struggled with that. And the city, while Waterdeep is one city, the problem is we are made of many different districts, and so each district must provide for its own self.
Hmm. E pluribus unum. Understood.
Do
Understood.
you know who would know who was providing the most recent of these fillers, or
Well, the filling agent has been what I thought was a very gracious donation from the House Blackwood. I don't know where or who would be contaminating it. That seems very opposite of what I would expect from from the House Blackwood, if I'm being honest.
Especially if they're the ones paying for us to be searching for this.
Well,
Could it
paying for
be-
that and the infirmary. Um, well, I mean, I realize this is futile, but paying for food, for the hungry, it's very conflicting.
It does seem very suspicious that House Blackwood is tied into all of this, but could it be that they really are just trying to clear their own name because they recognize that they could be seen as responsible for the start of all of this? And there is either someone or something uh, within House Blackwood that is actually, this. It's multiple people, of course.
And maybe like they don't necessarily know that they're ordering poisoned grain.
Right.
It's just
Exactly.
a-
But they do know that the grain is poisoned, and so they're trying to figure out how or why, or something is poisoning their people. So obviously that's a cost.
That could very well be what is happening, that they're trying to maybe make up for an error that happened, or if they know of foul play. I personally can't speak too much to that. I will say I recently have begun to doubt, not necessarily House Blackwood, to be clear, but maybe some parts of the establishment of that house. I know that the enforcers, that they have stated that they've been taking carts that are filled with bodies to the temple for cremation. And I had recently visited the temple and to, give my respects for those who have died. And the as I looked through the ledgers there, and the funniest thing was I couldn't find sign that any dead had been delivered coming from the Copper District. Not a single one.
Shroud, do you remember what I said when we were talking about this the other day? It was yesterday that we talked about this. And I
Of
said, what
course,
if
I remember.
Yeah, of course, right? What if those bodies are not actually going to be cremated, but they're going to like be sacrificed to some kind of like, I don't know, otherworldly patron, as a random example. Not that I would know anything about that, but just let's just say, like some of them require a hefty price, and maybe there's some mad god that like, I don't, someone got in trouble or has to make a payment of 1,000 souls so that they can stay off of Davy Jones' ship. I don't know.
It's oddly specific. But, so
I've just been
I
watching a
guess
lot of Pirates of the Caribbean.
so I guess where we go from here is we know they pick up the bodies during around feeding time, right? Because that's where we saw it last time.
Mhm.
Feeding time for the demons that they
Of
feed the
Davy
bodies
Jones.
to. Oh, Demon Jones.
They pick up the bodies once in the morning, and they also pick them up in the evening. Really, it just depends on how much dead has happened throughout the day or the night. I actually, I'm ashamed to admit, I was trying to follow a cart this morning, but I lost it with the winding streets and things, and I was unable to keep up. And well, I wanted to be able to get here and check on the the most ill of ill. So I wasn't able to keep up, but maybe if you were able to try to find the cart, maybe that would provide more clues or more information.
It definitely might.
Or if you have other ideas, you can certainly try that. But please, if you have the time to spare, if you could try to figure out exactly what's going on. Accusing the House Blackwood without concrete knowledge of um, evidence of who exactly or what exactly is happening. I'm not saying I don't believe what you have presented to me. I'm just afraid it's not enough to confront with.
Sondar, just for ease of us traveling around this like this district and other districts, is there any chance that we could get like some paperwork that says we're supposed to be here looking into this?
Well, you see, I mean, I can certainly say that you are working on my behalf, and I do have the funds allotted to me from Lady Blackwood. Unfortunately, I don't know if all the enforcers will follow, um, especially now that we're beginning to suspect that they don't have the purest of intentions. But I can certainly put together some paperwork for you to ease your mind. But again, I can't promise that it will help in all instances.
Okay, because I've been trying to play myself off as a dwarf and it doesn't work very well. So, uh,
Yes, I could see why that could be problematic.
Sandar, while we're asking you for things, what are the odds that we could procure some clothing that looks exactly like what one of the Blackwoods guards would be wearing, or these what are you calling them that are gathering up the bodies?
The enforcers.
The enforcers. What are the enforcers would be wearing? Where would we get something like that?
That would come
Just
from
we just need one.
House Blackwood itself. Unfortunately, I do not have access to that uniform. I'm not privy to that.
Or it could come to us.
I suppose that maybe it could. I'd rather not know of any more murderous situations that
Oh,
arise.
no one's gonna die. Well, actually, no, people will die, but not by our hand. Hopefully,
And not because of us, baby.
only if they beg us for death.
Mm.
Anyway,
Three
you
people
guys,
died, and you guys were only begged by one. But okay, details.
The other two had it coming. Those ones were
they
asking
had it
for it.
coming.
There's actually a weird grain elemental in the. who got all the finishing blows.
I think a wolf broke in actually or something.
That was weird.
No, wait, we didn't kill those other two. They had brain aneurysms and then dove into the toilet.
Side effect of the grain elemental.
Side effect of the grain elemental. You
We
guys,
can
I
work
have a
on the
plan.
cover story.
Sandar, don't listen to this.
Actually, Sandar, you can go back and
Yes,
help
I
fix
should go
Thank
back
you for
in.
chatting with us.
No problem.
It's been good seeing you again. So
Here's what we should do.
Hmm.
I'm establishing our need. What we need to do, please feel free to disagree with me, is we need to get into that, not the infirmary, the church where they're burning the bodies.
Okay.
Right? That's where we need to go. So, if one of us were able to disguise themselves or physically appear in some way like they were the enforcers, if we had an outfit, then we could take a cart, and the other three of us, or wait, I'm sorry, is Helios here?
We'll just like go ahead and ignore for
The
now.
rest of us, the rest of us will be dead bodies on that cart. And then we'll just walk right in.
maybe we can also follow a cart to see where they're bringing the bodies because if no one was checked into the temple, I don't
That
know if they're taking them there.
is probably less time straining and way easier and faster for us to do.
It does sound like more walking for us, though. The other way, we get carted in.
Oh,
True,
we could-
only one of us would have to walk, and think of the theatricality that it would have. Think of the drama. No, I do. I agree with you. I agree with you, though. I think we could just go there and see.
Okay, so they're picking up the dead bodies when they're like around the same time they're giving out the bread, right?
Morning and evening, I think is what Charlie said.
Morning,
Mhm.
evening. So we want to hopefully hit the morning cart because by the evening cart we might miss our boat.
Yeah, if we can just
Oh,
find a
shoot.
cart and walk it around,
And
I'll
we
just say
need a
this.
rowboat.
walk it
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
If there's 4 bodies, I mean, that's more bodies than like usual. Maybe they'll just send another cart, be like, "Oh, there's a lot of bodies right now. Let's
Let's
get
just
these out of
pile it
here."
up.
Yeah, and like, we know where there's 3 bodies, and there's us.
We could make another body. No.
That's genius.
Just
Can
pretend to
split
be
the
dead.
difference.
Not
And
necessarily
we
the
could-
making
yeah,
of another
exactly,
body. I
Cody,
think
that's what I
that
was
takes a
thinking.
long time.
We could- that's what I was gonna say, Shroud. We could be the dead ones. Then we don't have to walk, and we get to where they're going, and we don't
All
have
of
to follow the
us.
cart and accidentally fuck up stealth. So
And if they somehow realize we're not dead, we kill them.
well,
Or
need
we
one
just
alive
play it
so
off
we
like,
know where to
oh,
take the bodies.
I'm not quite dead.
I got better.
I'm on
I'm
death's
getting
door.
better.
Okay, you all have jumped in like 50 different directions for me. So, your current plan, speak to me
Yeah.
like I'm 5. What are we thinking
Yeah.
we're going to do?
The
No.
current plan is for us to let the next enforcer we see know that there are a ton of bodies that we need to have delivered. And whether we get the 3 from the mill or not has yet to be decided. Stop me if I'm wrong here at any point, guys. And then we're all going to be the dead bodies that are in the cart.
Mhm. Maybe one of us just needs to tell them there's dead bodies. We all lay down. That person then watches where the person goes.
Yeah,
Mm,
or that might be best.
yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
When there's a roll, it means there's a chance for failure.
There we go. Or
But you guys
success.
can hear, I thought I turned all that off.
I like it. It's ominous.
Cool. Well, let me actually make the roll.
So the
Oh,
question
that stat's
becomes:
crap.
do the best actors be the dead bodies, or does the dead bodies be everyone and our most stealthy person be the one to follow the cart? If we go with that plan.
I
I'm not
think
stealthy.
most stealthy should probably follow.
I don't know if we really have many stealthy people.
How stealthy do you feel, Marco?
I feel like I'm about a +5 to stealth.
Oh,
God.
shit.
I think you're probably the stealthiest of all of us. I don't want to speak for Cody.
Guys, I couldn't
better-
stealth if I tried.
So Shroud, about how good do you think you are at acting?
are we thinking it'd be like a performance?
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah, it'd be a performance.
I like 3,
Hmm.
a +3.
I'm like a 2 better than that.
Not
I'm
very
like a
proficient.
0.
That means you're perfectly
Oh my
average.
Gosh.
We need to knock you out and cast Spare the Dying every minute. Make it more believable.
Wait, you put a good berry in your mouth and then we knock you out and you chew it as you fall.
And I choke on it while I'm dead.
That'd At least you'd be very selling it, okay? It'd be believable.
Mhm.
Okay.
Charlie.
You all are going to find the next group with a cart.
Yeah.
Are you all just dropping to the ground? Are you guys separating, and the person who's going to tell them where to go is going to be somewhere else? Like, just so I have an idea of how bad we're separating the party.
We're at the infirmary, right? Any people looking like they're gonna kick it soon?
Sundar is doing his best to make sure not. You probably would have heard or at least picked up on people who are at that like near death point. They do generally leave to go back to die in peace at their home versus they're surrounded by lots of other people.
Okay.
Like their family
Oh.
comes and gets them and takes them back. Like once they get to the point where they feel there's nothing that hydration and maybe some aspirin is going to do for them
Mm. So,
or whatever 1400
I have
your
another dumb
medicine.
idea.
oh, let's
I'm
hear
not.
it. I love dumb
Leeches.
I'm not saying your idea. You guys can't do your idea. I'm just making sure I'm processing for once you pick your idea.
Right.
There is goblin bodies in the sewer. And they'd want to get rid of those really quick if they're on the surface.
But do we really want to go back into the sewer? You know
We'd
what?
have to make more goblin bodies if we did.
Yeah, they might have eaten the other ones already.
Alright. Like I said, stupid idea.
Actually,
I like
you
it.
know, we probably do want to go back into the sewers because we want to smell like, or the rest of y'all want to smell like death, right? So go in there, get some sewer stink on, and then when y'all play dead, at least they're like, why doesn't this person smell like they're dead?
Rub
You
on
know,
that poop wall.
Just to shit your pants. It's all the same.
True.
No, I can make us all smell like stinky.
Perfect.
I can too.
You can too? Yes. Okay, we can.
I can do a
we'll
faint
have,
odor of skunk.
yeah. Oh, I can do a instantaneous harmless sensory effect.
Okay.
Same. Yeah.
An odd odor.
But just on the three of you, I don't need it because if I smelt and they smelt the smell coming from behind them, they might think I'm a zombie and kill me.
Smell
So
the smelly smell that smells. Yeah.
It smells smelly.
I'm thinking maybe we should have two people follow, so
Mm.
I can follow but like I don't know. I feel like just following a cart is plenty. I don't know if we actually have to.
I'm
Especially
bad
if there's
at
plenty of
following
dead people.
stealthily.
True. Okay, we'll put
Okay.
you in the cart.
okay, yeah, okay. So we have team follow the cart. That way, if anything goes
Mhm.
wrong, at least one person's following the cart, and hopefully the other. I don't know if I did not take message.
It's like
Well,
so hard when you guys are coming up with plans because then I have ideas, but I don't want to interject them.
we'll have two sets of eyes on the cart. That way, if the cart gets lost, at least one of us has a chance of picking it back up versus
Mhm.
one person and then y'all end up fucking dead or something because they sacrificed you because I wasn't there.
Because they dropped you in an incinerator.
Yeah.
Right. On the off chance that they are actually incinerating bodies. That's true.
So yeah. So yeah, two people in the cart, two people following. The two dead people can just be dead right together, and we can be like, "Hey, we've got some dead bodies. Y'all need to take."
Yeah.
Alright,
And I
so
don't
Okay.
What do you think, Shroud? You and I in the cart?
yes. Also, my ADHD just kicked in when we're talking about fire. Didn't we have like a fire cloak or something? Helios was gonna attune to it, but
No one has attuned to it though.
he left it here with us when he went back to the boat.
Hey,
Right.
are you delaying moving for an hour so you can attune?
No.
You
I'm
can.
just gonna put it. I'm gonna put it on, and unless someone else wants to.
No. Fire resistance. You should have
Yeah,
been
I
a
guess.
tiefling then. No.
And maybe by the time I just lay down in it, it'll just feel me out.
Well, if they're gonna chunk you in the incinerator, I'm sure you'll notice it when you get to the incinerator. So you'll probably be fine. Just be alive then.
All
You
right.
know, magically resurrect from the dead.
All right, I put it on.
All right.
I'll be dead here soon.
What does it feel like?
I don't know. Cloth.
There you go,
Fabric.
Cody. I dropped information in the chat. I don't think it's an actual item. I think it's homebrew.
Okay. So I guess we need to
That's
find
what
a
it's
back
called.
alley so
That's pretty
dead
cool.
people aren't out on the street so we can approach the cart, right?
Guys, I feel awesome. Awesome.
My brain can't handle this. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. So you guys are going with the 2 on the cart, 2 following plan.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
we are at
If I'm
9.
understanding, it shouldn't split the party, right?
No.
No, I
So
mean,
you guys are gonna
close enough.
because you'll be following.
kind of, sort of. Well, the party will probably be within like 60 feet of each other at all times,
Okay.
give or
Okay.
take, right?
So we're
like,
close-ish.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably no more than 60 feet, but maybe less.
I
But
guess
maybe
what I mean
you
is
know.
you shouldn't have to play like separate scenes for.
Oh,
each.
absolutely not.
Okay.
um,
so you're good. Yeah,
no.
I don't want to have you do that.
No, I actually, I think I've had to do it a couple times in Curse of Strahd. It's not terrible on Foundry. You can actually pull people individually. So, aside from the point, here is what I would like for us to do, and then we will call it a wrap. I want you all, my wording is so poor. I would like you to roll so it comes just to me. So I think at the bottom, you can select where it just goes to the DM so that I see it and nobody else sees your roll. That way I can narrate the scene of what has happened when we pick up the next session. If you are on the cart, I need a performance roll from you. If you are following the cart, I need a stealth roll from you.
This is terrifying.
Where do I just send it to? Hold on.
Is it private or blind?
What?
Oh,
Blind
that-
Okay,
roll.
hopefully.
That would have been better if you all couldn't see it.
I did it blind because that was the first one I saw.
I'm doing blind roll.
Blind roll.
Does that mean so Heather, can you see what you rolled?
Nope. I have no
Oh,
idea
this
what
is
I rolled.
great. Yes.
Cool, so we
Roll
should roll
blind.
blind.
Yeah, roll blind because then no one knows.
I love that.
Here, I'll re-roll blind.
Okay. I'm gonna
I'm
delete
not
your
gonna look
roll
at
blind.
it on D&D Beyond either. So
God, that's so terrifying not knowing what I rolled.
This made it worse.
I love this.
I like this. Okay. All right. Do I have everyone? Yes. And Cody, did you do yours blind too?
Yeah, I have no idea what I rolled.
Well, and the best part is like I can't even like fuck around and like change it because I can screenshot so that you guys can see what you actually rolled. So this is great. I
Oh,
like
man, nobody
like
did
I
so
actually like
bad.
not be like I actually like really like the idea of this because you all don't know what's coming your way.
I definitely
Yeah.
know I did worse though because you said that made it worse.
Okay. Let's go with this. You re-roll another one and I won't react.
Even worse.
Quick,
Actually-
micro-expressions.
Funny enough, you put yourself right in the middle of the two.
Hey, not bad.
So there we go. Oh, I guess you
I like that.
have an idea of where you are. My bad. Matt, do another one. I'm just gonna build up the pressure. Oh damn.
Guess
Oh,
what?
damn
He's gonna
doesn't-
use
Oh
one
damn
of
doesn't
those
tell you
rolls.
anything.
Oh, damn could mean so many.
I know,
things.
that's why I picked it. See, I was smart. Okay. Now that we have all of our rolling aside,
That's awesome.
we will pick up with this, and I actually really like that, and I think that's like a good
cool.
thing to do in the future for things like this. Cool. If you were watching and hanging out with us, we will see what they rolled in 2 weeks, right? Because this was not a makeup. Yeah, this is normal. So
Next week.
Oh yes, because
and we
you're
can
right.
get
Oh,
next
Yes,
week.
you were right. Don't let Heather get confused. Next week we will be here next week.
Okay. Yeah, I will get confused.
I will too, obviously, because I posted that 2 days ago and forgot that I asked that we do that. All right, we will see you next Monday to see how we did and what happens. All right, bye, stream.
We'll see
See
you
ya.
stream.
Water.
Bye.